Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And today's episode, there's a whole lot of that latter part. Because it took about 3 days before Biden's new executive orders caught some lawsuits, and this is something that you need to see because I wish every single individual who is leading this was doing this nationwide. Everything will be linked in the description box below, and I cannot wait to hear what you guys think on this one. And if you are new or you're a returning viewer, please consider hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and making sure you turn that notification bell on. We need as many people as we can to get into the fold, to get this information out quickly so we can pass the blessing of the Second Amendment along to the next generation. Thank you so much in advance for your consideration. And tonight's content is brought to you by LAS Concealment. And if you're in the market for a holster for your favorite freedom tool, LAS Concealment is worth a look. They make everything they have out of Kydex. These are form-fitted to said freedom tool. They have multiple colors, multiple patterns, inside and outside the waistband options, and have been tested by the world's most elite special forces. There's a link right down there in the description. Thank you so much to LAS Concealment for making this content possible. But my brothers and sisters, this is one of those ones you're going to want to send out because, like I said, I love when I see men and women who are patriots standing up against the tyranny that lives in our White House right now and all the little minions all about the land, because we know they're everywhere. Check this out. Montana Attorney General to sue Biden administration over gun executive order. Again, that was released on Tuesday. President Biden's latest executive actions on gun control could spark a legal fight. Oh, they're going to spark a legal fight. Mostly because this executive order tranche that he put out, it had one really big piece, which we're about to hit on. The rest was asking for reports. The rest was marketing. The rest was a lot of tertiary things. This one piece, this is the one he's going to get sued over. Republican Montana Attorney General Austin Knudsen is prepping a lawsuit against the Biden administration over its gun violence executive order, saying the president, quote, should know better than to enact draconian gun control measures. Well, let's just be honest and call a duck a duck. I don't think that he knows better. I don't think that he knows a whole lot of things. Not saying anything, I'm just saying what I'm saying. Anyway, let's keep going. Knudsen tells Fox Digital that his office is waiting for the Biden administration to act on his order, which President Biden calls, quote, a whole-of-government approach to, quote, pursue every legal available and appropriate action to combat gun violence. Of course, gun violence is not a real term. It's a person problem. It's a crime problem. They happen to use a gun. The gun doesn't just magically do it and spontaneously create a crime. It's kind of silly to think that they do. But what I love about what Attorney General Knudsen is doing right here is he literally puts out a press release saying, hey, we're going to sue you. We're not going to tell you what for yet. We're going to let you do all the implementation. We're going to let you get everything out in the open, play all of your cards, then we're going to sue you. I love that, and let me know if you guys agree in the comments, but this is not over. Let me show you some other things here. Quote, they don't dare say it out loud, but what they're talking about is going after private firearm transactions and trying to require Americans to do a background check on every private firearms transfer. That is dead on. That's something that we covered on this channel, and that's something that we hit right when the executive orders were released. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And to be honest, they got the leeway because Republicans in the Senate, John Cornyn, negotiated it into that deal, the Senate Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which allowed this to happen. Just saying. Never going to let them forget that, but let's keep going. Quote, well, as nice sounding as that might be, what do we know about criminals? They don't follow the law and they don't get their firearms from retailers. They steal guns. Another amazingly important point. They don't go through the background check system. So the only people that you're affecting are individuals who are law-abiding individuals. Any law that you pass, it doesn't matter because a criminal is not going to abide by it anyway. The only thing you're affecting is a lawful citizen in any type of regime that you initiate control over. But let's keep going because he's not done yet. Quote, a firearm is no different than a lot of other personal property in America, said Knudsen. When I give my 14-year-old son a shotgun for his birthday, do I have to go through a background check, and does he have to go through a background check? The answer to that is no. I'm his father, and I'm able to give him a gift. That happens all over this country. And he's so right, and he's saying a very good, relatable example. Lots of people in this audience, I'm sure at one point or another, had a familiar relationship, or relationship that exact same example happened. That's because it's part of our culture. a parent or a guardian or a legal person who's in charge of a family has the ability to do that to a child because it's their child. It's part of their family, and it's part of a responsibility and culture and heritage in this country. This is why they want to attack it. They don't want that in there because the sooner they get rid of the culture and the heritage, the sooner that they can change the people's minds on the Second Amendment, which this channel is devoted to not allowing them to do. But let's keep going. I got one more thing, and I love what he said here. Quote, he doesn't have the votes in the Senate to do any of the panacea gun control that he wants to do. So what's he doing? He's running to the administrative state, said Knudsen, something that we've been hitting on since Biden's inauguration. He never got his gun control, for the most part, through the legislative process. He did get the Senate Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, and that was because of Republicans, John Cornyn and all alike, the other 15 Republicans. But that's because of Republicans, not because of Democrats. Let's keep going. The order requires federal agencies, including the Department of Transportation, to each draft a response to the executive action within 180 days. Knudsen says that as the agencies formulate how they will implement the policy, how he will mount a legal challenge will become clearer. Again, reiterating back my earlier point, your move, Biden, I'll be waiting. And I love that, and I wish every single attorney general, every single senator, and every single House member had this kind of stones to say that in a public press release. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I will see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.